This is The Review, your guide to fine dining and finding the perfect dining place. You're going to learn everything about dining, from appetizers to attitude, decor to desserts, restaurants to recipes. You'll meet the people behind the scenes of some of the best dining places in our area, and they'll share their secrets with us. That's the menu. We call it The Review.
Hi, I'm Marnie Old, and we're here with The Review in Boston today, visiting this bustling outpost of legal seafood with Executive Chef Rich Vellante.
How are you, Marnie?
Hi, Chef.
How are you?
I've heard so much about your concept here and the success that your company has seen. It's remarkable growth. Can you tell us a little bit about legal seafood and what sets it apart?
Absolutely. It's a unique situation where, if you can look at it, we're a fish processing plant that has restaurants. We have 28 restaurants up and down the East Coast.
Wow,
from
28.
Florida to Boston, the Mid-Atlantic, New York, New Jersey. And what we do is we buy the fish. We have our own fish buyer. He buys the fish at the pier. We process it here in Boston, and we ship it to all of our restaurants.
Now, your individual fish buyer, where is he sourcing his fish? Does he just travel up and down looking for the best stuff? Where does he go?
It's an interesting question. We feel that some of the best fish in the world come from New England coasts. So he actually travels from Portland. He travels up to Gloucester, Mass, to the Boston auction, and also
all of
New
those
Bedford.
cold Atlantic waters,
Yes,
right?
great fishing grounds for us.
How do you guys manage to keep the cost so affordable to keep the place bustling like this?
That's the challenge, and the challenge comes from people sourcing it right there at the docks and handling it correctly. So that's our biggest challenge, is staying consistent, being able to stay consistent up and down the East Coast, and offering the best price for our guests.
Now, speaking of the best prices, I understand you're now selling fish. Is this an online service? You can just go and mail order?
We do. We have a mail order, and we sell quite a bit. We sell lobster base. You can call 1-800-EAT-FISH.
Wow.
And we can actually ship it anywhere in the U.S.
What do you think is the best thing to get?
We've had a lot of success with the Grand Deluxe Lobster Bake.
Oh, wow.
It's a great way to treat friends.
Good stuff.
You have clam chowder, you get lobster, you get shellfish.
So you get the whole buffet right there.
All there for you.
All in one order. That's absolutely
We
marvelous.
just came up with a cookbook, and it's a culmination of recipes that we've done in the past. We do right now the contemporary recipes from our chefs.
So what recipe are you cooking for us today? I understand you have something tucked up your sleeve.
Yeah, it's a fun little recipe. It's really a Mediterranean dish. It's really easy to make, so I figured that would be a nice thing to show people.
To show the viewers,
It's quick and
absolutely.
easy. You don't have to fuss over it. We're going to make the sauce. So I put a little bit of garlic in there.
So as that melts down, we start to get those sweet garlic flavors coming out. And what's next?
Next thing we do is a little bit of onion. And I'll add a little bit of the tomato. Now, you can rough chop it. It really doesn't matter because that will break down in the sauce. I have some fresh chopped basil.
Wonderful.
And-
Smells delicious.
And then I have some thyme. And what I'll do is I'll just strip some of the sprigs. Once I get that going, I'm going to add some capers. You cook this all down. The tomatoes will release some juice. And I add a little bit of sugar to it, just a little bit. You take these almonds and you put a little bit in there, maybe a couple tablespoons. I toasted them beforehand. Toasting them will bring out the natural oils in them. So I'm going to cook that down for 10 minutes, and that's it. And this is the end product here.
Oh, look at that. So that's what we're going to use to cook the fish.
Exactly. It's always important to make sure your fish stays very, very cold. And we put in a little bit of the cod.
So you just lay it right over the wet part of this sort of stewed
Absolutely.
tomato?
It's very, very
portion?
easy. And then I just decided to take a little bit of the shellfish and maybe three
Another
pieces of
secret
each.
ingredient you're holding out on me
Because
here.
this gives a great briny flavor to it.
Because as soon as those steam open, it will
Yes.
release
all
their
the liquor
juices.
in there just goes right into the sauce, so you have a great
Wonderful.
tasting sauce. I'm going to put it in the oven like this at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. The clams will open, the fish will be
Marvelous.
done.
And then
It's
everything will
perfect.
be ready at once.
You don't even have to worry about it. So you could do this ahead of time. You could do the sauce ahead of time.
Right.
And just put everything together when you had guests over, put it in a casserole dish in the oven. Looks good.
I can smell it from here.
And I like to finish it off with some herbs. It gives it a nice color to it as well.
Beautiful, nice contrast. It doesn't really need much in the way of garnish either.
And I'd love you to try it, actually.
I can't wait, I gotta say. Just standing here and smelling this the whole time has made me really hungry. A little onion, a little tomato, a little caper.
What do you think?
Outstanding. And the fish isn't overcooked, it's done
No,
perfectly.
it stays very moist. You can actually cook it a little bit longer in the oven and it will stay moist because of all the liquid in it.
This has been absolutely outstanding, Chef. Thank you so much
My
for taking
pleasure.
the time to show me how to make this wonderful
Thank you for
dish.
coming by.